Hello, everybody, and welcome to Countdown to the Cup. I'm Joaquin Jaime alongside Caleb Keller, and Caleb, pre-entries long gone in the rearview mirror. Post positions obviously drawn for all 13 championship races. So now the fun begins. We get to start diving in and handicapping all these Breeders' Cup races. And today, we'll go ahead and focus in on the Friday races, and we'll talk about a horse each that we each like on the Friday program. For you, who is that horse that you like, and what race is it in?
Well, I think we're going to focus in on the two juvenile turf races on Friday. Now, keep in mind that in the last 2 years, there's been 4 total juvenile turf races. The Europeans have won all 4 of them, but it's never been with the European that's taken the most money at the window. So even with the European dominance, we've had a little bit of value. We talk about George Vancouver and Flotilla. Even last year, Crescillium comes to mind and Outstrip. So in the juvenile turf, 14-horse field to kick off this Breeders' Cup event, I think that the one Wet Sail at 15-1 on the morning line makes a lot of sense. And I've had a chance to talk to quite a few of the European connections. They all say he's coming out of a really good race. I mean, there's 23 horses in that field last time out at Redcar, and the winner of that race, Lamato, that's one of the most well-regarded 2-year-olds in Europe. To me, when I have a horse that is stretching out in distance, coming over here for the first time, that's a big plus with the late kick. He's got tracking speed. It was a private purchase by Qatar Racing, and 15-1 on the morning line. I think the one Wet Sail is going to present a lot of value to get this World Championship started.
How does this race unfold? Because Wesley Ward has 2 runners in there, and they're both very quick. You have Luck of the Kitten, who's 8-1 on the morning line with Mike Smith, who's looking for back-to-back wins. And you also have Hoot Nanny in there for Wesley Ward, who's coming off a second-place finish at Deauville on August 24th. They're obviously not going to get in a pace stool going head-and-head. How do you see this race shaping up?
You wouldn't think so, and it is kind of interesting with one trainer having both of the fastest horses in the race. Now, Luck of the Kitten, I actually have watched some film on him. He's a big son of Kitten's Joy. He likes to be out front. It makes me wonder if they're actually going to think about taking Hoot Nanny back a little bit with Frankie Dettori. So to me, Luck of the Kitten's got a lot of natural speed. I mean, last time he was going 46-2, and Corey Nakatani was really holding on to the reins. So he's got a lot of speed. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Luck of the Kitten goes out there for Wesley Ward, and then maybe Hoot Nanny tries to sit that stalking trip with Frankie.
All right, top pick for Caleb in the juvenile turf is Wet Sail, 15-1 on the morning line with Jamie Spencer in the irons. I'm going to stay with the juveniles on the turf. I'm going to the juvenile fillies turf, and it's going to be race number 8 on the Friday program. Mile on the grass, and I'm going to go all the way towards the outside with Qualify, Ryan Moore for Aidan O'Brien. And I know this filly is only 2 for 6 lifetime, but if you look at her 4 races that she has lost, she's lost to some really nice horses. In the career debut, she lost to a horse by the name of Words for Aidan O'Brien, who had a lot of buzz going into that debut. She finished 4th, not too far behind that one. You see a horse like Jack Naylor, who came back to win at the Curragh and ended up with finishing 3rd in a Group 1 out of that. You see Cursory Glance, 2 starts back. It was a very good edition of the Moyglare Stud Stakes this year. She was only defeated 3.5 lengths. The second-place finisher, Lucida, would come back to win a Group 2 at Newmarket, and then Found, the third-place finisher in there for Aidan O'Brien, would come back to win a Group 1 at Longchamp. She has faced very, very good horses in the 4 losses that she has on her resume. No doubt about it that her last win coming over at the Curragh on September 28th, it was a lot easier competition. The second-place finisher had only a maiden win. The third-place finisher, in fact, has never won a race, so she was a maiden. But the thing that I like about her is that they changed the tactics for her, and they went ahead and took this filly back. I think they finally found a running style that suits this filly, and that is just to go ahead and take back and make one run. Post 14, it's not pretty. It's not good for her, but there does seem to be a lot of speed in this race. Hopefully they can go ahead and tuck over the first turn, save some ground, and work out a trip as they go into the far turn.
Well, in terms of the last 4 juvenile turf races we've seen at Santa Anita, 8 total horses to hit the exacta. All 8 of them were either European or Chad Brown. So the horse I want to ask you about in here is Lady Eli. Seems like a lot of the folks from the New York area have been really high on this one. Chad Brown leading that bandwagon. And I think Chad really believes this is one of his best fillies that he's had in a while. So with the fact that he's won with Merriam before, you made a really strong case with the Europeans. How do you feel like maybe the top American horse in Lady Eli fits in against them?
It's my second choice in there, and actually I went back and forth quite a bit between Qualify and Lady Eli is my top selection. I just went to a little bit better of I thought a better horse on the outside with Qualify for Aidan O'Brien. Lady Eli has done nothing wrong in her career, a perfect 2 for 2. Had a very troubled trip in the debut and had every reason to lose that race, and she still got up by a nose, coming off a very impressive race in the Miss Grillo, which has been a very good stepping stone going into the juvenile fillies turf. So for me, it's Qualify and Lady Eli. I think they're very close on form in the Juvenile Fillies Turf. That'll be race number 8 on the Friday program. There still is time to take part in our Breeders' Cup sign-up bonus. Wager 200, get 150 right back in that new account. Go to TVG for NJ Bets and PABets.com for all the remaining details.